This is my third time trying to make this video. As soon as I was sat up outside and began recording, a gardener showed up and started to cut the lawn in a neighbor's garden, so we'll see if I can make it through this time on today's bike check video. So, how shall I start? Maybe I'll start from the top and work my way down. It's a bit strange. I'll start with the frame first because that's the main thing. So the frame is a We the People. That's the brand name. And the frame name, the model, is the Battleship Magnum. There's a battleship that predates the Magnum, but the Magnum comes with a higher seat tube and some hydroformed tubing where the seat tube meets the BB shell for some extra strength. I think that's the only difference. I think the angle on the head tube and the seat tube, the BB height, the chainstay and the seat stay lengths, I think that's all exactly the same. I might be wrong, but the frame is the Battleship Magnum. The grips are fly bikes. Devon Smiley grips. Devon Smiley has left fly bikes and now rides for Colt, but excellent grips nonetheless. Nevertheless, they're two different words. You don't mix them together and just make nevertheless. Nevertheless, the bars are GT 4-piece bars. I think they're called maybe GT Classic or GT OG or something like that. And the rise on these, I think, is it's either 9.875. No, I think that's it. Or 9.675. I think it's 9.875, so they're quite tall bars, but I'm quite tall, so. Next, we've got the stem. The stem is an Alive stem. It has a 40mm reach. That is a stem that's made in Japan. I don't think you can buy them anymore. There is maybe one UK BMX shop that sells Alive parts, but they don't sell that stem. And covering the back of the Alive stem is this Heresy stem hood. As a Heresy is a German brand for flatland specific components and frames. It's a flatland brand, and this hood pad is made of like a silicone rubber and protects your knees when they inevitably smash into the stem. So it's just like kind of unique. Not many people have one. Virtually no one knows they exist, so it's cool. I like it. It's different. The forks are Federal assault forks, and the offset on the Federal assault forks is 22mm. The offset essentially is how far let's just keep it simple, the bolt hole for the wheel, how far that is from the end of the fork. So if it's further away, you're going to have a more stable ride, and if it's closer in, you're going to have a less stable ride, but it's going to be more twitchy and more maneuverable for tech stuff, like spinning and trying to like do nose wheelies on the front wheel and stuff like that. While we're at the front, we'll just keep on doing the front. The front hub is the same front hub that I had since I did this bike check originally, which is the Eclat Cortex. I almost said Vortex, the Eclat Cortex front hub, and it is now laced to a Merit Siege rim. The Siege rim is a slightly cheaper version of the Merit Battle rim, but it's a welded rim, not a pinned rim. So the rim is like a big hoop of metal that's sealed shut, and it's sealed shut with welds, not pins, like cheaper rims will be pinned. And I'm on the Merit Phantom tyres. They are Brandon Begins Pro or Signature tyre, and they're in a 2.5 width, front and back. The back wheel also has the Merit Siege rim, and I am now riding a BSD Revolution free coaster hub. The Revolution free coaster hub is a free coaster, as the name suggests, but it doesn't use a classic free coaster clutch system that allows the wheel to engage and disengage so you can roll backwards without the pedals. It's technical stuff, but essentially there's a clutch inside the hub, a clutch system that makes the driver, which drives the whole thing, engage and disengage. And there's a company, they might be a UK company, called Free Night, and Free Night had developed the planetary clutch, and it was in their hubs first, and since then BSD, Alienation, a couple of other companies have paid for the license to use that clutch system. And essentially what it means is when the bike's going backwards, the pedals will never accidentally engage and start going backwards, which happens a lot with a classic free coaster hub. But it also has pretty good engagement going forwards. There's no slack in the pedals. With the free coaster, if you don't want it to engage accidentally while you're rolling backwards, you will increase the slack, and by increasing the slack it won't engage, but that means that the distance that you have to turn the pedals in order for the hub to actually engage and start pedaling will be a lot further. So you get this really horrible sloppy pedal where you pedal it and nothing happens and you kind of go forwards if it's really slack. These have, it's not instant engagement by a big margin, but it has very good engagement for a free coaster. The pedals are some Merit pedals. I don't know if they're like a signature pedal or whatever. They're just grey. I wanted some grey pedals, and I like the Merit brand, so I got some grey Merit pedals, plastic. I think these cranks are the same since the last bike check. They are the BSD Substance XL V2 cranks. I can't remember. They're a bit worse for wear since you last saw them, but they're still strong. It's just cosmetic. The sprocket is the Fly Tractor Guard sprocket. It's 28 tooth. The chain, I just got this chain. This is the Shadow Conspiracy Interlock Supreme. The Shadow Conspiracy Interlock Supreme chain. It's like the best BMX chain you can get, essentially. Like everybody unanimously agrees this is the best chain you can buy for a BMX. It's heavy, but it's really strong. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up now because I think Lawnmower Man is coming back with a vengeance. The seat post is a Merit seat post. That's the Merit logo on the side of it there. And the seat, I got a bit fed up of riding fat chunky seats all the time, so I went for a slim seat, and I wanted like a brown leather one, like a classic kind of Trails BMX looking seat. So I got a brown leather, I don't know if it's real leather, it's probably fake, a brown We the People slim seat, We the People team seat in slim, so that's a We the People team slim seat. The pegs that I'm grinding on now, these are BSD, and they are Rude Tube V2. They might be extra light XLs, I can't remember, but they're basically the root tube V2. And like my old pegs, they have a metal core with a plastic sleeve. And I almost missed these out, but I got rid of the hub guards that go onto the hub, and I bought some Eclat overguards. The overguards, instead of going over like your hub nut and being around this section, instead they go on the outside of the frame drop out instead of the inside, and they just sit on top, and then they come around and protect all your driver and stuff underneath there. So they are the Eclat overguards. I'm gonna have to wait and see what this audio is like, because I've had an inconsolable, deranged woman screaming, possibly on the phone, and a gardener taking liberties with his customer by spending about an hour mowing about an 8-foot by 5-foot patch of grass. But I've said all I can say about... Oh, and boy races. Don't forget boy races. So, I think I've said all I can say about this bike at this point. I've been shopping around for some chrome forks for the front to kind of match the bars. So you've got like this kind of black bike and then this kind of chrome line that goes down through. I don't know. I might do it. I might just... These forks are really nice. The Federal forks are really nice. So I might just keep those and not bother messing around changing things up. But if there's a good deal on somewhere, a good discount, then I'll probably go for it. But yeah, that's the bike. And this has been the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.